Dear Chairman, dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure to be here and discuss with you about the pre-analytical quality indicators. Before beginning the discussion, let me give you a brief introduction about the project of Working Group Laboratory Errors Patient Safety on the Model of Quality Indicator that was implemented in 2008, and it included an experimental phase in which the indicators was defined and used in different laboratories in order to evaluate its applicability and to achieve uniform data collection, and a working phase that is ongoing in which the model is proposed to all the laboratories as an external quality assurance program. Aim of the project is the harmonization of quality indicators management through the participation in the external quality assurance program that includes the use of a common list of quality indicators, the collection of indicator results from participating laboratories, the processing of results, and the release of a report with the evaluation, laboratory results, and statistical data calculated per group and related to all results. Till now, 3 different models of quality indicators have been experimented, and now the model discussed and approved in the Consensus Conference held in Padua in 2016 is in use. A dedicated website is available to collect laboratory results and provide a report to each participant, and a criterion to define the performance specification for each indicator has been defined. The model proposed includes 26 indicators kept under control through 53 measurements. In fact, more than one measurement can be needed to keep under control an indicator, but the same measurement cannot be used to evaluate more than one indicator. Moreover, an order of priority has been assigned to each indicator on the basis of the importance of the specific indicator and the difficulty of data collection. The indicators with priority 1 are mandatory and have to be used first. The highest number of measurements with priority 1 concerns the pre-analytical phase. It goes without saying that, as you know, is the phase with a higher percentage of error. Many laboratories are involved in the project of the Working Group Laboratory Errors Patient Safety, but it is important to underline that many indicators proposed in the model are used in different countries, but they do not submit data in the informatic platform of Working Group. For example, 3,450 Chinese laboratories used the quality indicator proposed by the working group, but they do not submit the results in the platform of the IFCC. It would be desirable that involvement of laboratories of different countries in order to improve the benchmarking. In these slides, the pre-analytical quality indicators data with priority 1 included in the model are reported for discussion. The quality indicator with the priority 1 are the most commonly used by participating laboratories. And in these slides, you can see the indicator with priority 2, 3, and 4. Only a few laboratories collect the data for this indicator, and we have 4 results. In the next slide, we'll show you the overall result collected over the years, in particular from 2014 to 2018. We processed data on the basis of the statistical procedure reported in this slide. Data collected and processed demonstrate an improvement trend in the case of 7 indicators and a stable state for 6 indicators. For some indicators, it was possible to process the collected data only in the last 2 years because they have been introduced in 2017 after the last consensus conference held in Padua in 2016. The indicator introduced in the 2017 are reported in this slide, and for this we highlight a stable error rate for 4 indicators and an increasing error for 2. A better evaluation of the trend for this indicator will be made in the next year. In fact, the analysis of data collected in the past years demonstrated the need of a progressive introduction in the use of indicator before to achieve an effective improvement. The error rate calculated on the result collected in the last year are reported in this slide, and we can see that the error rate is very low for some indicators. The participation in an external quality assurance program is very important because it allows the comparison of performance of each laboratory with that of other laboratories, and it allows to verify if the internal procedure used for the management quality indicator are correct. Moreover, different data analyses are possible. For example, in this slide, we can see an analysis on the basis of result of each country. In this slide, the result of clotted samples are reported. And another example concerns the sigma values for hemolysis sample independently of the hemolysis identification procedure or on the basis of the hemolysis identification procedure. This is an example of result collected by some laboratories in which it is possible to monitor the trend of their performance. The participation in the project is important because it stimulates the harmonization of indicator management. In fact, different laboratories can use the same quality indicators, collect the result according to the same procedure, compare their result with those of other laboratories. And the collection and analysis of indicator results allows to know the error rate, to define the state of the art of laboratory performances, and define the targets that is possible to reach. The participation in the project is free and the confidentiality is guaranteed. In order to stimulate the participation in the project, the future goals concern the involvement of international provider of external quality assurance program of proficiency testing in the external quality assurance program of the working group laboratory error and patient safety in order to harmonize the use of indicators. Identification national leaders to coordinate coordinate the participation laboratories in their countries with the involvement of national scientific societies, involvement of accreditation bodies so that the model quality indicator may be identified as suitable to complying with the ISO 15189 requirements. The success of the project depends on a management organized at a national or regional level, so that all peculiarities of laboratories are understood and respect national practice. The identification national leader to coordinate the participation of laboratory in their country in order to increase the number of participants and stimulate their active involvement is very important, in particular to promote the model as a tool that supports process improvement, errors reduction, and patient safety, to select the indicators that are more appropriate in the respect to national practice, requirements, and regulatory rules, and to promote and support the participation clinical laboratories. And moreover, to cooperate with the chairman and co-workers of the working group labs to provide suggestions to improve the current model so that it is applied to all clinical laboratories aside from number and type of test, staff, and country. To favoritate this goal, the web application has been updating so that it is possible to each national leader can autonomously manage quality indicators data from laboratory of its country, sharing the indicator and criteria and procedure that are defined in agreement with the working group, and will be able to collect the processing data from local laboratories and release to them the report, and will also be able to visualize in anonymous form the data collected from laboratories around the world. At the end, all of you are invited to use a quality indicator in your one laboratory in order to improve the quality of laboratory performances and guarantee patient safety. Thank you very much for your attention.
So, the first take-home message from the LoRa and our experience is monitoring quality indicators over time strongly decrease error rates in pre-analytical phase. And this is, we are confirming the College American Pathologist finding that demonstrate this some years ago. The second is the problem of why 3,000 clinical laboratories in China and many other in Brazil are using a different platform to introduce the data. Why? Because of the language. They don't speak fluent English, so it's very difficult to upload the data into the website that are written in English. It's a devolution of the project. And the third is that it takes time to improve quality, monitoring quality indicators. So be confident that in the future, the error rates in quality indicators in pre-analytical, but also in post-analytical phase should decrease. So the question. The first question for you in the auditorium is, what is your perception about quality indication? And you have to frankly answer to this question. So, should be an interesting research project, should be. promising tool for improving total quality, or an essential component of external quality assurance programs, or a fundamental tool for both internal and external quality assessment, improvement within the lab and benchmark with as an external quality assurance program, and finally, a fundamental tool for both internal, external quality and risk assessment. Oh boys, this is the right answer. I mean, very satisfied. Thank you. So the second is what went wrong. So what mistakes we made or we are making with this project. Too many quality indicators? Maybe. A too centralized program. The same people, Plebani, Sciacovelli, Italian guys. Poor awareness of quality in extra-analytical phases by clinical laboratory and laboratorians, but this is not possible because you are here, 600 people, so you know very well the problem in the pre-analytical phase, but I don't like to interrupt you. An excessive focus in our community on analytical quality. Or finally, time is needed to understand and implement the model of quality indicators. I believe this is a very satisfactory answer from my side, because the question Laura already explained to you that there are many quality indicators, but there is no need for a clinical lab to apply to all quality indicators. You have to remind that according to the standard for medical laboratories accreditation, ISO 15189, you have to use quality indicators. But it's also written that you should change over time the quality indicator you can start with few quality indicators and improve the number over time. The final question: what issues should be fixed or improved to assure a future to quality indicators and the model of quality indicators? And this, from my side, is a very challenging issue. Please answer to this question as better you can do. The first should be, we are trying to have a devolution of the project to a regional, national level, so to maintain an harmonized system for data collection, but a personalized data treatment and reporting. And our website, the software, is prepared to do this. So, for example, Croatian labs should have a champion that should collect the data of Croatian laboratories, should make possible a report personalized for Croatian laboratories, but they should receive a report comparing to all other laboratories around the world. And this should be not only in Croatia, of course, but in Serbia, Estonia, in the UK, and China, we hope. So this is one possible solution. And in fact, the second is another problem, the development of a software for automation in data collection, because the manual collection of the data is boring, time consuming. And the third is to persuade national accreditation body to adopt the model quality indicator for demonstrating compliance with the ISO 15189 specific requirement. So for sure, if you are going to receive accreditation, you have to apply the requirement on quality indicator. But what is not up to now is not sure that the national accreditation bodies recognize the value of the model of quality indicator, the harmonized model of quality indicator. So please vote. Once again, this is a very interesting answer. So we can open the discussion. The chairman should open the discussion because we have many items to be discussed and we have half an hour. Thank you so much.